Grünspan's intended target had been the German ambassador to Paris, but von Rath attempted to intervene and was shot instead. Ironically, von Rath had openly criticized Nazi anti-Semitic attitudes and was scheduled for disciplinary action by the Gestapo. No matter. A Jew had killed a German official, and Hitler took advantage of the incident. Publicly claiming that the assassination had prompted anti-Semitic riots throughout Germany, he privately gave orders for the as yet non-existent riots to occur. These spontaneous demonstrations were organized by Reinhard Heydrich, second in command of the SS. After Nazi mobs enthusiastically completed their work on the night of November 9, Heydrich was able to give a preliminary report to Hitler that 815 Jewish shops, 171 Jewish homes, and 119 synagogues had been set on fire or otherwise destroyed. 20,000 Jews were arrested and sent to concentration camps. 36 were killed and other 36 critically injured. These figures turned out to be drastically underestimated. So widespread was the destruction that everywhere streets were littered with fragments from shattered windows, hence the expression, the night of broken glass. Concluding his report, Heydrich recommended that the best course to follow would be for the insurance companies to settle the Jews' claims in full and then to confiscate the money and return it to the insurers. My information is that claims for broken glass alone will amount to some 5 million marks. As for the practical matter of cleaning up the destruction, this is being arranged by releasing Jews in gangs from the concentration camps and having them clean up their own messes under supervision. The courts will impose upon them a fine of 1 billion marks, and this will be paid out of the proceeds of their confiscated property. Heil Hitler. The Night of Broken Glass represents the start of Germany's undisguised, state-directed pogrom against the Jews. Though many foreign governments and even some executives within the Nazi Party objected to the atrocities committed on Kristallnacht, no one did anything to stop them or to ensure that they weren't repeated, and in much worse degree. The Night and Fog. The Nacht- und Nebel-Erlass, or Night and Fog Decree, one of Hitler's personal edicts, was issued on December 7, 1941, the same day Japan attacked America's naval base at Pearl Harbor. Directed against persons endangering German security, and specifically against members of resistance groups in German-occupied territories, it proposed that execution was not itself a sufficient deterrent against anti-German threats. Psychological as well as physical force was necessary. Thus, not all agitators would be killed upon discovery. Many instead would be transported to an unknown location, their destiny never to be learned by outsiders. Friends and family members would forever be kept in suspense. As the edict stipulated, the intimidating effect of these measures lies A, in the disappearance without trace of the guilty person, B, in the fact that no kind of information must be given about the person's whereabouts and his fate. Those tempted to participate in anti-German activity would fear that they, like their loved ones, would disappear within the night and the fog. An example of how this decree was carried out occurred in 1942, the fate of the village of Ladice in Czechoslovakia. In reprisal for the assassination of Reinhard Heydrich, Nazi soldiers surrounded the village and shot every male within it, 10 at a time. It took all day before the executions ended. The women of the village were transported to the concentration camp at Ravensbrück in Germany, where they died from weakness or were gassed. But the children of the village, 90 of them, simply vanished into the night and fog. Relatives in other villages could not find a trace of them. The Dark Night of the Soul. On January 20, 1942, 6 weeks after the Night and Fog Decree, Hitler ordered his senior SS officers to attend a special conference in Berlin for the purpose of organizing the final solution to what the Führer called the Jewish question. Anti-Semitic riots and laws intended to force the Jews to leave German territory of their own accord had been only partially successful. Most Jews had been reluctant to leave their homes and businesses. Massive deportations, too, had been only partially successful. The process took too much time and was too expensive.